woman being licked.
Go, sorry, carry on. Beg your pardon.
Right now, well, yeah, bankers are arseholes. Now, aside from the obvious thing that they caused the economic crisis, they've robbed the world and caused space raiders to cost 20p in shop. Aside from that, I have my own personal beef with them, and it's the fact that when I had my overdraft with them, well, first of all, let's establish what bank it is. Now, I don't think I'm legally allowed to mention the name because this is slander, so let's just call them Not West for now. Now, the main problem I have with them is that when they were ringing me about my overdraft, it was ringing me at like 10 in the morning. They bother me every 20 minutes, which is frustrating, but you know, it would be paid for me to do a whole routine on them if that was the cause. But it's the fact that they would ring me and it wasn't even a person on the other end of the line, it was a machine. So they'd ring up and go, "Hello, is this Rhys Johnson?" Yeah, can't even get my fucking name right. I mean, I know it's Welsh, I know it's got no vowels, but it's not difficult, is it? "Hello, is this Rhys Johnson?" Like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah? I can't remember the end of the conversation, but I think it was something to do with fresh hashtag or whatever that shit is. Now, call me a cynic, but I'm not doing transactions with a machine that can't pronounce my name properly. I hate striking deals on computer games. I hate going to cash machines, for fuck's sake. But they don't get my name wrong. My nephew is 3 years old and he can pronounce my name right. Now, I'm not saying he's thick, he's actually a conniving little shit. I'm not saying he's an idiot, but he'll play Super Mario and kill Mario in the exact same spot, in the exact same mission. And you can see a pattern version. If you've been on it for, what was it, a minute 30? Yeah, Mario's got to be dead round about now. And while I'm on the subject of children, I hate children. I mean, children are the reason Justin Bieber is famous. If that's not a reason... By the way, if any of you are on Twitter and you're bored one night, slag off the Justin Bieber fans for no reason. It is hilarious. Anyway, the main problem I have with children is there's somewhat of a lack of respect. I mean, back in my day, now I'm 19, I can't say that. By the way, my mum hates that phrase. Oh, back in my day, makes her feel ancient. As opposed to being 45, doesn't make her feel ancient. Anyway, I think I might hit a sore spot. Anyway, back in my day, I grew up with the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin verbally, mentally and physically abusing his boss. But I don't ambush anyone in a riot. Well, we were exposed to ambushes like that little bastard on the Pokemon games that'll come in and ambush you at the most inconvenient moments. You know, because every Pokemon game you have a rival and you set his name, you can always have the last laugh. What do you want to call your rival? Cunt face. Honestly, it's brilliant. He makes the game so much better. But it's a lack of privacy as well. Like over the summer, I went back home and my mum hosted a barbecue because it was sunny and it's what you do. And in Stalebridge we don't get much sun. So I thought, let's have a barbecue. She invited friends around and they brought their kids around. It was a lovely social gathering, but because I'm an anti-social cunt, I just hid upstairs in my room. But anyway, I'm there, just minding my own business, and a load of kids just burst into my room. Which one? That sounds weird if I was to lead with that at the beginning of the But it's much like the fact that they didn't even knock. That's just courtesy, you know? But this fact that they burst in, I could have been doing absolutely anything. I could have been racking up a line of coke. I could have been hosting, you know, sex orgies or whatever. Thanks for that one. Sex orgies, you, Rhys. But anyway, it's the fact. Thankfully, I was playing solitaire, My life is that exciting. So it's like game's addictive. Do not let that game take over your life. 1 minute you're there just tapping away, the next you're up until 2 in the morning trying to get your win record up to 12%. I'm not proud of that one. But anyway, it's fun. While I say I was playing solitaire, I was actually just reading a Green Lantern comic while cracking one off. I'm sorry, but Ryan Reynolds is on the cover. I don't have willpower, okay? Anyway, even with material like that, I still wonder why I'm single. Yeah, Staley Bridge is unfortunately my home. I'm not even going to make a joke about bragging about it. There's nothing to be proud of. You may see Staley Bridge on train timetables. That's about as close as you want to get to it. Do you know the guy on the tie on the trains that goes, whenever you go into Staley Bridge, the guy on the train goes, "You're now entering Staley Bridge. If you're going to leave anything, make sure it's disinfectant." Lots of disinfectant. It's just the guy on the train. He's just the same monotone, apathetic voice every time. And so, please do not leave any carriage. Please do not leave any bags or luggage unattended, or it may be destroyed. What about my bomb? I'm not going to take that with me, am I? I've come from Wrexham, which, let's face it, a bomb might clean the fucking place up. And it's another thing, when you're on train, especially a long one, you know I'm not lying when I say this, I actually have and play Pokemon Yellow on my laptop. Now I'm bragging. And it's just great to kill time. But keep in mind that the other passengers, A, don't give a fuck that you've come across your 20th Zubat in a consecutive line. Those fuckers are annoying. And the rage when that happens is in fact enough to get you kicked off the carriage. But it does make for a brilliant episode of Crime Watch. So, here you'll see footage of the bearded man in the blazer hitting other passengers because he was ambushed by a man named Cuntface. And it's like I said before, I don't negotiate with machines. So when that guy comes on speaker, I'm thinking, fuck you, I'm leaving my stuff on this guy, sign of rebellion, until the train door closes, and I realise I've left my clothes on there. I must be honest with you now, ringing up Arriva Trains Wales and trying to explain why you have a leopard skin thong. Awkward. I mentioned before that I'm single as well. Again, leopard skin thong, probably a reason why. It's like I'm 19. I've only ever had one meaningful relationship, and that ended when I had to let her out my basement. That's the standard tonight, people. Very, very wrong. But no, it's like I'm 19, but I've never actually had a meaningful relationship. I know what you're all thinking. Oh, but Rhys, you're a fine hunk of a man with a wit to match, but it's not like that. And by the way, any woman who says, "Oh, I love a man with a sense of humour," bollocks. Women love to friend zone a man with a sense of humour. So keep that one in mind. I'm honestly not bitter at all, in case you haven't noticed. But being single for this long, it manifests itself in different ways. Like I now have a favourite nuts model again. Now, I'm not slagging off models when I say that. I think it's a very courageous thing to do. They put with a lot of negative stigma, and you know, fair play to them. I mean, if I had tits like that, I'd show them off as well. But it's the fact that you have a favourite nuts model when you're 13 and just starting puberty. You know, 19 and a favourite nuts model, bit stalkerish as well. But the low point comes when you buy like the top 100 babes of nuts every year. I'm an avid fan. And you get annoyed when your particular favourite like isn't in the top 5. So you'll buy it and you'll read it, and it's like bomb disposal. First time you read those things, sweat dripping down the brow, it's tense, and that's just reading the articles, because you always read the articles first. Some of them are very good. Yeah, you're reading it, and then you get to the article. The article that can make or break your week. Then you find out the result. So you walk downstairs, and your mum asks, "Rhys, what's wrong? You look very flustered. You look very tense." I'm thinking, yeah, mum, I'm alright. Rosie Jones is the #1 model this year. It's gonna be a good fucking week. It's gonna be a good week. That was a cracking wank. Coincidentally, my mum doesn't watch my comedy.
Not yet.
Not yet. My nan does though. She's a pensioner, which I find weird. Before I go, I'm going to briefly mention more about my grievances with technology. Because one, I think it's killing language, but I might go into that as I carry on this rant. But one, it's killing language, and two, it's a soapbox for idiots. And I say that as a man whose Twitter name is RhysJ_soapbox. Remember that one. Please, I'm desperate for followers. I think I'm up to like 148 followers, which doesn't coincide well with my OCD of having numbers on a multiple of 5. So, so if you're reading the news that I've like beat a random stranger, it's your fault for not following me. Keep that in mind. Yeah, it's a soapbox for idiots. I saw one person post, "Football is the greatest thing ever." No, it's not. If you think football's the greatest thing ever, then you need to reevaluate your fucking life, mate. I mean, it's like I saw on a forum as well. I would let John Terry shag my wife if it meant bringing home the World Cup. People like that are the reason I'm depressed for being single. How the fuck they got a wife? I'll never know. I mean, I know as well, if you think football's the best thing ever, consider what the likes of medicine, civil rights movements and music have done for the world. I mean, no matter how much you love football, consider that the FA Cup will not cure your syphilis. Keep that in mind. And if any of you think that, and have come up with some argument within the space of the next rambling which I'm going on, because I can't quite remember my next bit. If any of you come up with an argument within the space of that punchline and realise that it's a shit argument against mine, which it is, turn to your girlfriend or wife, apologise to them, grovel to them for not being top of your priority list, and I don't know, punch yourself in the face because you deserve it. I'm just done with football at the end of the day. That's pretty much what I'm leading on to. I hate football. It's shit. Just the same tawdry shit for 90 minutes every week. And I used to do a bit where I claimed that we need more mentally insane people like Charles Manson playing football, just to spice it up, because when he gets voted man of the match, he hands over Wayne Rooney's head in return for the bottle of champagne. I'm a United, disgruntled United fan. But now I think not even insane people are going to do it. I think if they're on that much money and they claim to be as good as they are, then they'll be able to do it to a high standard while on acid. Give them the strongest acid from wherever acid is produced, and just watch the ball fly over and goes, ooh. He threw a disco ball on the pitch. I've never been on acid, by the way, so I don't know if any of you have been on acid, please clarify whether you see disco balls. First I thought pink elephants, but, you know, that was in Dumbo, so that's kind of copyright. But, just leading on from football before I go. The 2006 World Cup, Zinedine Zidane got sent off in what was his final match. I mean, because he retired after that and FIFA couldn't suspend him for 3 games or whatever. So, as a punishment, he agreed to do humanitarian work for children in one of their humanitarian projects in some probably war-ridden country, which is swimming with AIDS. That was cruel, that laugh, I'm sorry. But anyway, he got that was part of his punishment, humanitarian work. Since when did kindness become a punishment? I think it says something about the world when charity becomes a burden, don't you think? You know, and I'm just preaching at the moment, because spotlight's on me and I can, basically. But when in Rome. But that'll just about do it for me. Thank you all for having me and embracing my shit comedy, basically. I've got one more message of heartfelt kindness, which is, you know, which is just happiness is hard to find in a world like this where bankers rob the world and we raid countries for oil. So if you find happiness, embrace it, spread it along to others, and I don't know, maybe make the community a better place. Thank you so much.